10 o'clock on Saturday night. You know what that means. It's USWA Wrestling excitement here with Championship Sports. Hi, everybody. My name is Mark Durrance, and this distinguished-looking gentleman on my left is the captain, Frank Norsack of the Citadel, entrepreneur in the sport of wrestling, and commentator with the USWA. Great to have you with us. Big main event tonight on TV, a tape from last night. Eric Embry versus Jarrett the King Lawler, and there's some big question marks surrounding that situation.
That's right. Eric Embry won a Battle Royal a week ago, won the right to meet Lawler one final time. 4 special lumberjacks around the ring, and something happened. Well, everybody's still questioning it. We're going to show you the match today. You decide. Put this in your mind. Was it an accident or was it on purpose? We'll talk about it as the show goes on. When you see, you at home make the decision yourself. The other big news, of course, the World Tag Titles.
Held up right now. Ron Starr extremely angry. We'll explain what happened in this mess also when we come back for our first match after this. All right, we're back at the Sportatorium, and the man that the questions are evolving around is right there on your screen right now in the glittering gold ring jacket, Billy Joe Travis. World heavyweight title situation last night with some specially selected lumberjacks. Travis had been injured and couldn't wrestle on the card earlier in the evening, but was certainly involved in the action later, Frank.
Yeah, Mark, he says he has a leg injury, and, you know, you like to give the devil his dues, to give the benefit of the doubt to anybody. Said he had a leg injury, he couldn't wrestle the Punisher. Well, if I were going to wrestle the Punisher, who's 6'8" and 300 and some odd pounds, I would definitely want to be 100%. So some a young man took his place, Jimmy James, I believe it was, met a very unfortunate fate. But in the meantime, Travis scheduled to be one of the lumberjacks, one of the very specially selected lumberjacks in that world title match. And, of course, he fulfilled that commitment. And what happened? Well, I don't know. I can say whether it was on purpose or whether, look at there, a little move from LeBlanc. Another one, a drop kick. And right now, Billy Joe Travis, maybe that, whoa. He didn't like that. I don't see anything wrong with that. Looked like 2 very good wrestling moves to me. A hip toss, a drop kick. Oh, no, there's no wrestling in this.
Well, Travis is throwing a tantrum here.
He sure is. He said he didn't need anybody to fight his battles. Eric Embry, you remember, came out and offered to wrestle the Punisher, and Travis told him no way. He didn't need the help. Travis showing a lot of fire and intensity. Very short fuse this morning. In any event, in the midst of everything that happened, they were outside the ring, and Young and Braddock hit the ring. Of course, the lumberjacks intercepted them, which was their job, and along with keeping Lawler in, which they did a very, very good job of. But anyway, well, I don't know what to say. There was a chair involved, and there was somebody holding somebody, and the next thing you know, truthfully, I was watching the Schwaz over on the side, so I've seen it on tape just like everybody else has. I was watching Young and Braddock and those guys, Blanc and Bourne. Somehow Embry got plastered with a chair. Knocked him cold, got Cole in the ring and pinned. 1, 2, 3. Billy Joe Travis, I mean, it will be an accident. I mean, it happens. It's happened to the best of us. Travis took off for the dressing room, grabbed his stuff, and kept right on walking. So nobody has really seen or talked to him. He wasn't, when I came down a minute ago, he wasn't even in the dressing room. So the only thing I can assume is that he came dressed today. So I don't understand. Certainly, if it's an accident, accidents happen to everybody, and nothing can be said about that. But he's certainly acting very suspicious for a man. It's supposed to be an accident. So let's see if this match is over, win, lose, or draw. We'll get Travis over and talk to him a little bit and try to figure out, Mark, what he has to say about it.
That's a good idea, Frank, and you folks at home will have an opportunity to decide for yourself what you think in this situation. And again, it may well be an accident later on here tonight. That'll be your big main event.
It was indeed a night of excitement. We had the World Tag Titles held up, Ron Starr and Sheik Braddock against Bourne and Jarrett. That was another one of those wild altercations. But the thing of the night that we're talking about now is this deal with, you notice that? Maybe it's just me.
I think so. And I was just thinking, not only do we see the change in style, but if his leg was too hurt to wrestle last night, it doesn't look very hurt now.
Well, as I say, to wrestle the Punisher is one thing. Well, not only say that, and there he is working on the knee. To wrestle the Punisher, you'd have to be 100%, just like wrestling Chuhai or one of those. To wrestle Frogman LeBlanc, for instance, who's much less experienced and certainly much smaller, you might take the chance, of course, right here on TV. But, well, certainly there is a problem with the leg. I don't know, Mark. It's a perplexion to me. I don't understand. He wasn't, if you say he wasn't injured enough that he didn't participate as a participant in the Battle Royal or the Lumberjack match. But then you don't have to do anything but catch a guy, run it out, and throw him back in. It's something we talked about. I know last night, Embry, he wasn't mad, but he certainly was confused. I think that was the general opinion of everybody. Nobody's really been mad. I mean, you can tell by the Sportatorium crowd today, they're all cheering solidly for Billy Joe. But certainly everyone is confused, not only by what happened, but by his reactions afterwards. I mean, leaving the arena that quickly.
Yeah, he wasn't available for comment, that's for sure.
He wasn't available for nothing. I mean, he was gone. Well, they say, stick a fork at me, baby, I'm gone. That's the way it was. He was out of here just that quickly.
Head of the turnbuckle, Billy Joe Travis looks now. The Frogman throws him into the rope and delivers a clothesline-like move that sends him down.
Travis still adjusting that knee pad, working with that knee. Perhaps there is a problem there.
Ron Starr in the next event, he's still very angry and very vociferous in his anger about claiming his foot was in the rope.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. A little overhand slap, and Billy Joe Travis goes all over top of Frogman LeBlanc. Travis, he's like a house on fire. If that knee's bothered him, he certainly won't tell it right now. To the top, Mark. Here it comes, the big pancake. 1, 2, 3. And Frogman LeBlanc, he certainly ignited a slumbering giant there. Look at there. Continuing. That just downright got Billy Joe Travis's ire up. Your winner, Billy Joe Travis.
On last night's card, Billy Joe Travis scheduled to wrestle. Said his leg was hurt, could not. Came down and helped us do a little color as we watch the Punisher punish. Let's check it out. In the ring, Jimmy James receiving the brunt of the Punisher's punishment as the neck is grabbed, picks him up high over the head. What's this going to be? A slam, a spin? He presses him higher and throws him straight down. Like. Go ahead, Billy Joe, what you were telling us.
You know, the guy's 6'8", 320 pounds, you know, not a piece of fat on him.
There's a drive that knocks Jimmy James off his feet, and this masked Punisher, nearly 7 feet tall, continues to dazzle. Well, Billy Joe, I had visited with you before the match that you had just talked about, and expressed my sympathy at just having to get in the ring against this guy who continues to put on a clinic here of dazzling force with a knee. But you made no bones about it. You didn't want any help from Eric Embry, from me, or from anybody else.
You know, Mark, I've learned to fight my own battles. I don't need any help. I've been in this business long enough to know what to do. And I know if I can take a man, I believe I can beat this man. But my legs hurt right now, and I've been an idiot to get in there. Now, you know, I don't need any help from Eric. Eric's a good friend of mine. But I just don't need no help from you or him either.
Eric, of course, came down and offered to step in that situation. High in the air now. He's got a clasp on the neck and the ears and throws James straight down. And I hope this young man does not get injured as the Punisher looks over here at Billy Joe and invites you in the ring.
Yeah. When my leg gets better, you better watch out, Punisher.
There's another shot that takes James down, and this is getting pretty serious here.
Look right in there, Mom! Does it hurt? Hey, Mom! What color's your back, Travis?
Let me tell you something, Matt Borne, your day's coming, too.
The Punisher, the latest find from Skandor Akbar in the Devastation Incorporated stable, as he picks up young blonde Jimmy James, throws him on the rebound. Tremendous foot to the face. He is so tall that all he has to do is raise that foot up, and it's right at face level of most opponents.
He is so strong, so agile for his size.
High in the air, he's got him in suplex position, straight down. And Akbar just relishes every move that the Punisher displays to these fans.
See, he's not out to wrestle anybody. He's out to hurt somebody.
Well, Billy Joe, you're making pretty clear that you're going to remain independent, tag team with your friends, but that you don't want any help even against the toughest of opponents.
That's right. You know, I've made it on my own this far, and I think I can go all the way with it. But I don't need any help from Eric.
You want no help from Eric Embry? Well, it's been clearly stated as the Punisher looks out here again at Billy Joe Travis and delivers another shot on young Jimmy James. I tell you, Akbar's pulled another rabbit out of the hat. What's he going to do here? Watch that neck. The Punisher moves into the corner, bounces out of the corner, delivers a tremendous elbow. This could be, it might be, but no, it's a count of 2, and that's all.
See what I'm telling you? He don't want to beat the man, he wants to hurt him.
Now the Punisher complaining about the officiating here, but the Punisher clearly pulled him up.
He could have beat this guy the first minute, Mark.
Back into the ropes. James is thrown. Comes back into a tremendous leaping clothesline. And yes, Billy Joe, I did see that 300 pounds leap into the air again.
That's it.
1, 2, ring the bell. All right, back at the Sportatorium now. If you saw the tape later on then last night, Billy Joe Travis was one of several specially selected lumberjacks in the match between Eric Embry and Jerry the King Lawler. And when it was over, flamboyant Eric Embry got hit in the head with a chair and wound up losing the match. Well, that's a question I want to ask you. Was that an accident because you left the building awfully quickly and weren't available for comment last night?
Mark, that was an accident. And, you know, I didn't leave the building. My leg was hurt. I had to go see a doctor. Hurt my leg.
Well, the leg was supposedly hurt last night, but it looked pretty good when you were the lumberjack and looked pretty good at least for the first part of the bout this morning.
You know, my leg bothers me a little bit, but it was better this morning.
That's all you're going to say about it?
Yeah, but that was an accident when I hit Eric.
An accident when you hit Eric Embry, total.
That's right. I didn't hit him on purpose. Wow. No way. Eric's my friend.
Okay. All right. Well, that's simple enough. That's Billy Joe Travis. He says it was an accident, and the leg is okay, and you're ready to go on wrestling without any...
It bothers me. The leg still bothers me.
All right. Well, we'll be back for more excitement here on... Well, let's keep it here just a minute. I see Percy Pringle coming down the aisle. Maybe we're making a mountain out of a molehill here. Hello, Percy. Yes.
Well, Billy Joe, where in the hell have you been?
I've been here.
Are you referring to last night when you left so quickly?
Everybody knows what I'm referring to. I saw your white tail running up that aisle, and it didn't take you long to get out of that damn parking lot either. It was an accident.
Accident. And by the way, I didn't run up there. I walked. I just got a little frustrated, and I hit him accidentally.
You didn't want to stick around to explain what happened to him after it occurred?
Eric knows me. He knew I wouldn't hit him on purpose.
Where's Eric, Percy?
It's bad enough that Eric Embry has to fight chains in the trunk. He has to fight Yamamoto and Akbar and all them other idiots. But now somebody that's supposed to be on our team hits him with a damn chair and causes him to lose a world's championship. It was an accident, huh?
Let me tell you something, Percy. Was it an accident when he hit me? Was it?
Sure it was an accident.
Well, it was an accident when I hit him, too.
Well, Percy, he's been very short now for 2 weeks in a row. I don't know what to say.
When it comes down to all the marbles, Mark, the world's championship is the most important thing in this business. That's why each and every one of the wrestlers are in the business. I'll tell you what, Jerry Lawler, I know you're the lowest snake that's ever crawled the earth. And I'll tell you what, Billy Travis, I don't believe you, and Eric don't either.
Well, you've heard both sides of the situation now. You'll have a chance to make your own call on this situation when you see the tape as our TV main event later on tonight. Stick around now. Ron Starr's angry. We're going to see and hear from him when we come back for more with USWA excitement. Ron Starr with Sheik Braddock in his corner, ready to go against the big man, Colin Orsack. And Ron is an angry man after last night's festivity.
Well, angry he should be. He was pinned by Jeff Jarrett. However, his foot was on the rope. And certainly after it was over, look here, he has just gone to work on Colin Orsack. Referee called the, look at this crossface. Look at that crossface. That's not going to pin anybody. A spin over. You can see the amateur background in Ron Starr right here. Anyway, he was pinned with his foot on the ropes. They've held up the World Tag Team title belts now. There are no World Tag Team champions. It has been ordered back by Max Andrews. Holy moly, look at that takedown.
Colin Orsack tried to deliver a clothesline, but Colin got turned up, and it was Ron Starr prevailing.
And Orsack, of course, the second generation, has a lot of potential, but right now that potential has just been unable to show it. Ron Starr all over him from the get-go, and Ron Starr is one whale of a wrestler. I mean, you saw him spin over around, you saw the cross faces. You'll see a lot of wrestling moves from him. But you will also, look at this. Look at here, Sheik Braddock taking a cheap shot. I was just about to say, with all the wrestling skill, he'll also take some of the quickest, cheapest, nastiest shots you'll ever see on a person. Certainly not the elbow. No. Only one I knew good enough to do that was Cactus Jack.
Orsack out on the floor, and Starr leaps off the apron, and Ron Starr is in the ring, agitating the crowd.
I think what makes matters even worse, Mark, is the fact that it was Starr that was pinned. You know, a man like Starr is a general in the ring. He knows where he is at all times. He laid that foot over the ropes knowing that there wasn't going to be count. And the referee out of position called it anyway. And that just, you know, he's a very egotistical athlete. And those type things, they weigh very, very heavily on your mind. And, oh, look at here. There's a reversal. Starr in for the ride. Orsack. No, the big man coming in for the crunch, but there's no way to do it. It's Ron Starr, rotten Ron Starr, comes out with a clothesline of his own.
Tag team belts held up pending a decision or another match or something by the USWA, and Starr really was angry about not having him on the assertion that his foot was in the ropes.
It really is look like a textbook. Look at this now. You see the, I'm trying to point to you on the screen like the fans at home can see it. Normally you see a top wrist lock. You see how he hooked the arm, the pressure against the elbow? Not only did he hold the headlock, but he hooked the left arm in his leg and used it like a top wrist lock for a seated position. It's like a textbook of wrestling. Those are old-time wrestling moves. Those are the kind of moves they don't teach the young kids. What is the book that... Lee Iacocca wrote the things that they didn't teach you at Harvard Business School. Well, I don't think Lee Iacocca wrote it, but that's supposed to be what they didn't teach you at Harvard Business School. Well, he'll show you all the things that they didn't teach you in high school and college wrestling. And you'll see him right here in Rotten Ron Starr.
Ron with another knee on big Colin Orsack. If he can turn him over, he might pin him. 1, 2, and that's all. And Rotten Ron says, I think I'm enjoying this. Let's have some more.
Ron Starr has a point to prove. Boy, that's tough as any right cross will ever be, and that's right on LeBlanc.
A big slap by Ron Starr. There's another one, and Orsack just can't get anything going.
And the big man, he's taller, he's bigger, but he's been unable to get any offense going at all. Starr on him from the get-go, and that's just, it's been all Rotten Ron Starr in this battle here.
Ron from behind is now pulling the tights off his shoulder and grating the dirty fingernails down his back. What's he going to do now? From behind again.
Ron Starr just carrying the battle to Orsack. Missouri Mauler used to do this. Oh! Missouri Mauler used that move. I don't know what you'd call it. I don't think the Mauler ever called it anything but a maul. But you'll see moves from wrestlers from Carl Gotch all the way to Barry Von Erich. All out of this guy right here, Rotten Ron Starr. The big knee upside the chin, setting him up. What's the Russian leg sweep? Russian leg sweep, spin over top, hook of the leg. That might be it. It is a Russian leg sweep, and Rotten Ron Starr is your winner. Your winner, Rotten Ron Starr. Mark, one of the nice things about my job is I don't have to do these kind of interviews, so I'm going to leave this one to you. If you can get Ron Starr and you can get Braddock down there. You can have him, brother.
All right, it's more action in the ring. Ron Starr is supposed to be over here with Sheik Braddock to visit with us a little bit. Ron and Sheik, before we roll this tape, do you have any comments before the fans see last night's bout?
Yes, sir, that's right. Now, I'm going to tell each and every one of you rednecks something. I came here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to take every stinking title, every greenback dollar that every one of you's got. Eric Embry, the World Tag Team titles, everybody said it was a fluke. But I got news for you. Me and my man, we took it to you, and if you'll show the tape, you'll see exactly why we should still be the World Tag Team Champions.
Here's the tape from last night. Starr down. Knee down on the Maniac. Ron Starr wasting no time.
Come on, get down there.
1, 2, Ron Starr, a guy who doesn't give a hoot about anyone but himself. He'll team with Devastation if the money's there. He'll be on his own if that's what it takes. He'll team with anybody else if the money's there. He's an independent character. Would turn on his own mother. Small package, but no referee. He's distracted on the other side. It's going to be too late, I bet. And it is. Can blame Sheik Braddock for that. Ron Starr with the momentum. Bourne needs to tag out badly. He's been in a long time here. But Starr and Braddock have done a great job of keeping Bourne away from Jarrett's hand. Tag made for Braddock. From behind, Starr holds on. Bourne's still unable to get over and make that tag that he needs to win. If he does, the fans will go nuts.
Ask him, baby. Shut up.
What has he got? Has he got a chin lock or a sleeper? He doesn't really have that arm under there in proper position for a sleeper. And Bourne is coming back to his feet. Here's Starr trying to move back in. Starr and Braddock have both got him, both with double kicks. Bourne that close to the tag. He almost rolled over to get him, but Starr was there to stop him. Bourne and Jarrett trying to get the World Tag Team belts back. And a pin. And the kickoff. Big drop kick. Big drop kick the other way. Jarrett has finally made it in. Clotheslines down Starr. Clotheslines down Braddock. And Jarrett is cleaning house. Jarrett, the fresh man, is stopped by Starr and thrown into the referee. Look out now. 4 minutes long now. It's Bedlam in the ring. Jarrett thrown over the rope, but no referee to ring the bell. Falk out of the floor. Here comes Bronco Lubitsch down. Starr and Bourne continue. Seems to me like Jarrett and Starr are the legal men. Jarrett on top, foot in the rope, not seen, ring the bell. Starr had his foot in the rope, Bronco Lubitsch didn't see it, and the bell rings. All right, there was discussion around the controversy, and then later on in the evening we found the belts held up.
That's right. Just like the tape shows, my foot was on the rope. We had a partial referee. The belts are held up. I got news for you, gentlemen. Friday night, right here at the Sportatorium, the true World Tag Team Champions will walk out of here champions one more time.
Okay, that's Rotten Ron and Sheik Braddock. We'll have to see how this world title situation comes out with those tag team belts. All right now we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Jerry Lawler, the Punisher, Uncle Elmer will all be topics of discussion.
8 o'clock is the bell time. In the main event, World Tag Team titles on the line. The belts have been held up as Rotten Ron Starr teams with Sheik Scott Braddock to face the former champions Jeff Jarrett and the Maniac Matt Borne. It's the modern-day warrior Kerry Von Erich and tag team beside me with Eric Embry by his side as they face 6'8", 310 pounds, the Punisher and the master of the Mongolian Claw, Taurus Bulba. P.Y. Chuhai teams with Tojo Yamamoto to face gentleman Chris Adams and his wife Tony Adams, who will have a kendo stick as an equalizer. Jimmy Jack Funk teams with former matchmaker Captain Frank Dusek in another tag match as they face gorgeous Gary Young and General Skandor Akbar. Sportatorium box office opens 9 o'clock Friday. The Cornercade is an industrial. Ringside seats $8, box seats $7, general admission $5, kids only $4. That's the USWA Friday night, September 29th, the Sportatorium. The Cornercade is an industrial. Don't you miss it. Be there.
Well, regardless of what happened or what anybody thinks about the world title situation last night, Jerry the King Lawler is still the champion. Eric Embry wants another shot. So does several other individuals. Let's check out the comments of Jerry the King Lawler, then talk about what happens next.
Boy, this is one particular time that I would like. That's right, I said I would like to be in Texas. Ordinarily, that'd be the last place on earth that I'd like to be. But right today, I would like to be there and look around at some of your faces. Look around and see the looks on the faces of all of you idiots who thought you had it all figured out. You thought that finally Eric Embry had a way to become the world heavyweight champion. You know, I thought that I told all you harebrained imbeciles down there that he couldn't beat me if he had a gun in one hand and a knife in the other. And he tried to do just that. He handpicked 4 of his best friends, or at least he thought his best friends. You know, maybe, Eric, you don't have too many friends. At least you don't have as many as you thought you did you? But he tried to handpick 4 best friends. He tried to surround that ring with them to make sure that I couldn't get out of the ring and make sure anybody else couldn't get in the ring. And he told all of you fans that I can beat the king if I got help from my friends. But as you can see, I still got the World Heavyweight Championship belt. And as you also will see, Eric Embry is right up at the top of that list, the long list, I might add, of Texas losers. When are you idiots down there going to realize that you're all a bunch of losers? That goes from people like Kerry Von Erich to Eric Embry to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys. Getting beat by the Atlanta Falcons had to be the highlight of my life. Can you imagine the humiliation and the embarrassment that all of you idiots are suffering down there right now, huh? How does it feel to be a bunch of losers? I've been telling you that's what you are, and now I've shown you that's what you are, and now that's what the rest of the world is showing you that's what you are. You're a bunch of low-life losers. And the sooner you accept that fact, the sooner you go ahead and admit it, the better off you'll be. Quit trying to pretend you're something that you're not. You're a bunch of nothing-happening idiots, and you're a bunch of losers. Have I said that enough? Now, I'm not coming back to Texas to face a bunch of country bumpkin losers anymore until you come up with some big names, until you come up with somebody that is worthy of a shot at this World Heavyweight Championship. As I look at it right now in the USWA, I don't see anybody that's worthy of a shot at this World Championship. So until then, as the old saying goes, don't call me, I'll call you when you get a phone. You bunch of losers.
All right, now one of the individuals who's ready to challenge Jerry the King Lawler right away is a very likable, very special, and somewhat unusual individual by the name of Uncle Elmer. Somebody that many of you will recognize right off. Let's check out what Uncle Elmer has to say about Jerry Lawler and the World Belt.
Y'all hear that bell? I hear about Jerry Lawler been down there in Texas. He been running that mouth saying he don't like country folks. And I heard he said he wasn't gonna come back down there no more until he gets some big name people. Oh, my name ain't very big, but I'm real big. I'm 460 pounds, 7 feet tall, and I come right from the country, Philadelphia, Mississippi, down there where they pick peas and corn, and that's all I've ever eaten all my life. Peas and cornbread and buttermilk. I love it. Love it country style, 'cause that's what I am. If he don't like country, he better not come around me, boy, I'm telling you that much. 'Cause if he does, I'll take care of business. I heard he was a little bitty boy, but I'm a big old boy. And I'll tell you what, see this bell? That's 100 years old, and I'm bringing it with me to Texas. Here I come, to the Lone Star State.
Total destruction. 15 wrestlers, each in their own automobile, smash it out in a demolition derby. The destruction continues until only one car is able to move on its own power. Anything goes. Outstanding matches and much more Saturday, October 21st, 8 o'clock at the Devil's Bowl Speedway, Lawson Road in Mesquite. Details next week.
From Oregon, 262 pounds, Maniac Matt Borne. At Hendersonville, Tennessee, 222 pounds, the Tennessee sensation, Jeff Jarrett.
All right, thank you, Frank. It'll be Jarrett and Bourne. All right, the World Tag Team title held up against Braddock and Starr Friday night. As right now they get in the ring against Ron, Ellis, and Alvin Dillon. And Frank, a couple of things we need to mention on Friday night's card right away is not only the fact that you will be teaming with Jimmy Jack Funk against Gorgeous Gary Young and Skandor Akbar, but also the fact that Tony Adams will team with Chris in a non-sanctioned bout against P.Y. Tojo, and that means that Tony might have to face P.Y. for a while.
Well, that means that the possibility exists. I can't imagine Chris Adams allowing that to happen. But yeah, the possibility, certainly if Adams gets in trouble in the tag match, he can't very well tag to Tony and expect to have a big comeback against P.Y. Chuhai. Now, granted, she's going to be armed with her kendo stick, the one that they took from the Japanese boys, but maybe Tony and the kendo stick might be a match one-on-one for Tojo. Maybe, if she keeps him in front of her and can defend herself. But certainly the Tony with a kendo stick will be no match for P.Y. Chuhai. So it's I don't want to say it's a disadvantage match, but certainly it's going to have some interesting strategy. And it is non-sanctioned because the state of Texas, the USWA, no one has sanctioned a match with a woman wrestling a man, and that is conceivable to make it happen.
Maniac Bourne sees the tag.
Ellis very quickly tagging, yeah.
And Bourne continues in the rope. Hey, we're back in Fort Worth, Will Rogers Coliseum, Sunday night, October the 1st. That's a week from tomorrow. What a main event we have. Modern-day warrior Kerry Von Erich against this awesome Punisher.
And certainly, if anyone is physically capable of standing up to Kerry, oh, look at that clothesline. If anybody's physically capable of standing up to Kerry, it would be a 6'8", 310 pounds, the Punisher.
Bourne.
Belly to belly. Belly to belly. It could be over. Well, I said it could be over. It could be over if Matt Borne decides it's over. Maniac Matt Borne decides it's not time to be over, and this match is going to continue.
Jeff Jarrett on the tag moves in. Also in Fort Worth, Flamboyant Eric Ember with the Texas title against Taurus Volva, and the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson against Ron Starr and Sheik Braddock, plus a whole lot more.
The Rock and Roll Express, man, they have dominated the tag team wrestling for a long, long time. Two of the best, not overly big physically, certainly very, very quick and very exciting wrestlers, and definitely one of the greatest teams to ever come down the pike because they have beaten a lot of giants. They have beaten a lot of teams that were physically stronger, faster, bigger, meaner, nastier, uglier, and they beat them all. And that will definitely be a challenge for Ron Starr and Sheik Braddock, Scott Braddock.
Frank, I understand that Maniac Matt Borne is going to be out at Traders Village with the USWA booth there.
That's right. Him and Jeff both this weekend, or next weekend. This weekend, I guess it is. This weekend is Maniac Matt Borne. Next Saturday, it's Jeff Jarrett. We'll be hearing more about that. Whoa! Borne hit that turnbuckle. He was sent into it with some authority. But the Maniac showing why they call him Maniac right there as he came out, and Alan Dillon was just run over. He looked like Hurricane Hugo when he hit Alan Dillon.
Into the ropes. Borne turns him over. Jarrett is tagged. Here he comes. Oh.
And this one is all over that quickly. A power slam and then a big press slam. Maniac Matt Borne doing the muscle work. Jeff Jarrett doing the fly-in. Your winners, Jeff Jarrett and Maniac Matt Borne.
All right, Jarrett and Bourne have won here, and this tag team bout on Channel 11 tonight. Right now, we need to talk about the tag team title event for the held up World Tag Team belts this Friday night. Jeff, the belts are held up. The match is Friday. Ron Starr particularly angry that he and Braddock got messed out of that, claiming his foot was in the rope.
Well, not only was he claiming, but what he was saying was true. Yeah, his foot was on the rope, and yes, the belts are held up. And I have no argument with that, because I wouldn't stand out here, and I know Matt wouldn't either. He wouldn't stand out here and call ourselves champions if we weren't true champions. And the tape shows, and the tape proves that his foot was on the rope. But this Friday night, Ron Starr and Sheik Braddock, I can promise you one thing. Myself and the Maniac are coming for one reason and one reason only, and that's to get those belts. And we're gonna scratch and claw and fight, wrestle, do whatever we have to do to come out the champions.
Thank you, Jeff. Matt?
I got a lot of mixed feelings right now, Mark. I was back in the back, I was watching the monitor, and I watched Ron Starr out here beat up and manhandle like a stepchild that big fat slob Colin Orsack or whatever his name is. I liked it. I actually liked it. The guy's got some kind of confidence, some kind of charisma in there that I like. And when you step into that squared circle, Ron Starr, and I step in that squared circle, I know, damn it, Katie better bar the door. And as far as the belts go, you got that, well, what do you call him, Braddock, leading him around like a donkey by the nose. Monkey see, monkey do, he'll do anything for you. You gotta have a meeting of the minds, Ron Starr, and your mind meets his, but I don't know where. As far as next Friday goes, you'll find out that you shouldn't throw rocks at people with machine guns.
That's an interesting analogy. We'll be back to talk more about their bout Friday and have more wrestling excitement in a minute. Of October. Bell time is 7:30 p.m. It's a great card. Some big names are in. Tickets available in advance at the Central Ticket Office in the old Greyhound Station across from the Convention Center and at all Fort Worth area Ticketron outlets, including locations at Hewlin Mall, Richland Hills Mall, and Six Flags Mall. See the Punisher in a thrilling confrontation, main event style, against modern-day warrior Kerry Von Erich. For the Texas heavyweight title, Eric Embry defends against Taurus Bulba. The Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson against Rotten Ron Starr and Sheik Braddock. It'll be P.Y. Chuhai against Gentleman Chris Adams, Tony in Chris's corner, Tojo Yamamoto in P.Y.'s corner. Gorgeous Gary Young against Jimmy Jack Funk. All of this highlighted by the Punisher against Kerry, Eric against Bulba for the Texas belt. The Rock and Roll Express, Fort Worth, Will Rogers Coliseum, Sunday, October 1st, 7:30. There he is. One of a kind, thank goodness. Ready to go against Terry Black with Taurus Bulba and Akbar both in his corner.
One of a kind. You think if his mother saw him, she wanted to have another? Goodness gracious. Look at the size of this guy.
I bet he was a 40-pound infant.
Oh, my goodness. I hope he wasn't born underneath a bridge or something, giving people static all his life, huh? Big, big man. Tall, well-built, 310 pounds is what they put him on from the Athletic Commission as an official weight. He's every bit of 310 pounds, but not the bulky 310 you see in some men. This man